You beat us in here.
Yep.
Welcome to the post-game press conference for Game 10 of the 2026 SEC Softball Tournament. We're joined by Ole Miss head coach Jamie Traxel and center fielder Taylor Malvin. There's a mic holder to your right. Please raise your hand and identify yourself before asking a question, and we will begin with an opening statement from Coach.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of a game of execution, and thought we gave them just too many free passes, and that could have been some walks, some errors on our end, some stolen bases, and we knew that, like limiting their opportunities, defending inside 60 feet, which is part of that. We know that's a dynamic offense. They're going to put pressure on you because of their lefties and their speed and certainly their power. They're very well balanced, and so they earned some of those runs, and I thought we gave them some extra opportunities in those innings that ended up into that blow-up inning too. But I thought Emily did a pretty good job. Kyrie did a great job coming in there. And I'm proud of the overall fight that we had and the appearance and how we played overall this week heading into postseason. So disappointing today a little bit, but Texas is a tough team. They're ranked in, what they are for a reason, and you have to play pretty clean against them. We weren't able to do that today. But overall, I'm proud of how we've played and how we've showed up and performed and executed this week.
All right, we'll open up the floor. Please address any questions to Coach Traxel or Taylor. Front row.
All right, hi, Tyler Strimple, Texas Student Television. First off, congrats on a great SEC tournament appearance. Essentially, what I want to ask is, what do you think kind of was the difference between this game, kind of just unable to pitch around people, unable to make those defensive plays, versus the game yesterday against Tennessee? And what are you going to take from that into NCAA tournament play?
Yeah, just the execution piece of it, regardless of who you play. But I think just knowing what their offense is that can – how clean you kind of have to be because the people behind them and what they're capable of doing. They make you reposition because they bunt, they can fake bunt steal, they can steal bases and get you out of position a little bit too. And so, but we just got to make sure that when we just can execute the things that we can control. That's the biggest thing. And obviously that's a very good program, the defending champs. And I think even having that game against them and looking back and going, how did we approached that? I thought we were a little quiet, a little reserved kind of coming into that game. It kind of just felt a little mundane just in general on the field. And so I think you got to have the confidence, belief. You got to be hungry, and you got to make sure we're insert ourselves immediately in the game.
Dave King, Triple Crown. Jamie, it looked like on the game plan-wise out there that Texas kind of flipped the script a little bit, and there was a lot of short game and running and first and thirds, and it looked more like your strategy. What? I didn't expect that. Did you?
Yeah, I was up till 4 a.m, and I sent stuff at 3 a.m. because I was like, that offense is stressful because you know that they're capable of doing that. And I actually thought they'd bunt a little bit more than they did because they did that against us in Game 3. And because they're so dynamic, they can do different things, and they make you think. We were actually probably in the right position. When Henry was up the second time they had, 24 was on second, but I also know she's stolen third 3 times, and you're like, watch a big bunt steal, and then she hits it kind of where Cassie was, and I think that's what their offense makes you do, and I think 38 times they've stolen on a first and third, so that didn't surprise me at all. And they just have some true speed kids too that, and we had a chance to get 23 out, Martinez, and we just probably shouldn't have thrown on a changeup, did, and it was a little bit offline and just mishandled that, which would have given us probably an out on that. But, they didn't surprise me, and we were ready. We just, I think, maybe got a little fast for us, too.
Question for Taylor. Obviously, you've had a good run here. What do you take from this little stretch you've had here in postseason play that made some sense probably to you that you guys were playing well?
Yeah, I think it's just the confidence and the belief in each other. I feel like we've had a really hard schedule, all SEC, and I think the biggest thing is, believe and bet on ourselves, and that's been a big thing on our team this year, just, all in. We're really hungry for what's next, and just it doesn't matter, who we're playing, we're playing for us, and it's definitely made the game, lighter, and as you guys can see, the first 2 games, we're having fun, a lot of energy, so it's just continuing to believe in us and know that we're just as good as anybody else.
in the front.
Yeah, this one's for you, Taylor. Coming in as a senior, obviously going and seeing NCAA tournament. After a loss like this, what's your idea of kind of what you need to do as a leader and what the team has to do to kind of recover and then prepare for the tournament ahead?
I'd say just go back, kind of look at the things we could work on, talk about it. We have a couple days of practice and stuff, so just look at that stuff and then really just kind of stay the course. That's been a big thing, not too high, not too low. And so just continuing to do what we do, work hard in the cages, on the field and everything. So I'd say just keep the same mentality we've had and just continue to bet on us.
Anything else for Ole Miss? All right, we'll wrap it up there.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all.
Have a great
Good luck
rest of your
next
week. And enjoy postseason. Thank you.
Yes, thank you all. Good luck next week.
Thanks.